Hello, listeners. Before we begin, just a quick note. This scenario, like the game itself, is entirely fictional and intended for entertainment purposes. It contains supernatural and exaggerated elements inspired by the absurdity and the horror of wartime propaganda, pulp adventure, and vampire cinema. That said, the events of the 10th of May, 1941 are very real and very strange. What exactly happened that night remains one of the more curious and contested episodes of the Second World War. We've taken considerable liberties, but if this story sparks your interest, we sincerely encourage you to explore the real history behind it, because, as so often happens, the truth is far stranger and darker than any fiction. Now, on to the episode.
Wait, did you know that Derek is a professor? I just found out, last week.
Perhaps he teaches at Hull.
Maybe. I mean, I found these glasses. I don't know who they are. Are they yours?
No, they're definitely too far apart to be mine.
They're not mine, because mine are purple or green.
And Tilly doesn't wear glasses, so... Get him!
I'm getting him!
My Daughter's Keeper presents Get, Hess, and Eat the Reich scenario, Episode 4, Vamperinas Chasing Cars. The second exchange of fire is wild and frenzied. The guard's hands shake. His shot goes wild, gouging the trees. Zvergi's own bird rips into the gravel beside his boots. Too fast, too close, too angry to aim. But it doesn't matter. She's already upon him. With a low snarl, Zvergi lunges, closing the last few meters like a bullet fired by hunger itself. One moment she's a shape in the smoke. The next she's airborne, cloak flaring, spear forgotten, fangs bared. The guard barely turns his head before she slams into him with a bone-snapping force. They crash to the ground in a tangle of limbs and broken discipline. He tries to shout, but her hands are already on his shoulders, pinning him, her eyes burning, her mouth open. And then, teeth. Her fangs sink deep into the tender flesh of his throat. Warm blood erupts like prayer from an open vein, coating her tongue and the coppery taste of terror and failure. She drinks, not greedily, not messily, but with practiced rhythm, a ritual older than fire. The guard twitches, gasps once, and goes still. Zvergi rises slowly, wiping the blood from her lips with the back of her arm. Breathless, not from the effort, but from satisfaction. Her eyes flick upwards. Down the gravel drive, the car is still just visible, creeping through the shadows towards the manor, and there, perched like a gargoyle on the roof, her sister waits, watching, patiently ready. The Gellhorn twins have announced themselves, and this was only the beginning.
Can I join the other guard?
The other guard is dead on the ground. You can't... You're not going to want to. He's already dead. You have to take living blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you drain this guy, and because you only spent 2 of your actions there, you can get an extra blood for this. So roll me 2 dice, and let's find out how much blood you get.
2, 1.
Get 3. Right.
Can my spirit see where my sister is?
Your spirits are slightly dulled at the moment.
And then I just leave them and find her and her myself.
You can still see the rear lights of the car speeding up the drive towards the house. Meanwhile, Cray, you're holding on to the roof of the car. What's your plan?
Okay, so the plan is that when hopefully we get in there and nobody starts screaming again, I will get in there and I'll use my gun just to break the window. Just to break it. And then I'm going to peek over and see if the guy we're looking for is in there. If he's in there. If you get caught, then I'm blaming you. Why are you blaming me now?
Do you really want to use your gun to break the window to have a look, rather than just sort of have a look?
But
You got equal chance on
Okay.
this.
Okay, yeah, I'll just pick up.
Okay, give me a search roll then.
2.
Yeah, you got one success, so you get the one action out of this.
Gray leans over the edge of the roof like a spider easing into its web. Her body hangs inverted, hair swaying gently, the glow of her eyes casting an unnatural red shimmer on the glass below. Slowly she peers down into the rear passenger compartment through the dark, fogged window. And there he is, Rudolf Hess, Deputy Führer of the Third Reich, the third most powerful man in Germany. He sits ramrod straight, his posture rigid and formal, as if sheer will could hold the chaos at bay. Even seated, he radiates the uncomfortable stiffness of a man both utterly self-assured and permanently paranoid. He is a tall, thin man with sharply angled features, cheekbones like blades, a high forehead framed by thinning, slick black hair, and deep-set eyes that seem constantly scanning for enemies, both real and imagined. He looks strangely out of place in the flight suit that he obviously was part of his disguise. His jaw is clenched tight, and his pale lips barely move as he mutters something under his breath. Anxious German. And then he senses it. His head turns slowly, cautiously towards the window. The moment stretches taut with anticipation. His eyes meet hers, wide, grey, and unblinking. And all the calculation, all the discipline, all the pomp and ideology collapse in an instant. Staring back at him just inches through the glass are 2 burning red eyes and the pale, upside-down face of a predator older than his Reich, watching, waiting, and grinning with exquisite patience. Whatever mission he came here for, Hess has just realized it's already failed.
Big board.
Yeah, he's got a huge forehead. We will go back to what Zvergi is up to. Now, Zvergi wanted to search the bodies to see what you could find. Yeah, that is a great idea. So you want to roll 3.
6, 2, 6.
Ooh, 2 crits. That means you get 4 actions out of this. And was there anything in particular you were looking for?
I was looking for more bullets and some more grenades. Yeah. Only found bullets.
Yet you managed to find each of them has a grenade on them. And each of them has a extra ammo pouch. But their rifle rounds won't fit your machine gun.
So I can
Yeah, you could take the ammo and you could give it to Cray, because your sister has a sawn-off rifle which could use it.
While the drama unfolds up the gravel drive, Zvergi is busy with her own grim efficiency. She crouches low over the first body, unbothered by the growing pool of blood soaking into the gravel. Her fingers working fast, stripping spare clips and pouches from the guards' belts, slinging a satchel over one shoulder, checking jacket pockets for anything useful or interesting. She pauses only to nudge the still-warm corpse with her boot, muttering something under her breath in a dialect older than bullets. The ammunition's no good to her, not directly. Her own weapon eats a different diet entirely. But her twin, sawn-off Lee Enfield loves the stuff, and Zvergi, for all her bloodlust, is nothing if not a thoughtful sibling. She snaps a final clip into a side pouch just as the night shifts. A sudden, stifled scream carries down the drive, short, muffled, human. A moment later, the red glow of brake lights blossom in the dark like twinned wounds, casting jagged shadows across the trees. The light paints everything it touches in a fresh coat of arterial crimson. Zvergi straightens slowly, her eyes catching movement ahead. And there, perfectly outlined in the bloody glow, hangs Cray, upside down, draped over the roof of the car like some smug demonic bat, peering through the passenger window with slow, deliberate menace of a cat watching a mouse trapped in a glass. Zvergi grins wide, exposing her steel, blood-slickened teeth. She's never been prouder to be the younger twin by 2 minutes.
Can I just jump over to her?
Give me a constitution roll and let's see if you can get to her. No, that's not going to do it. But that does bring us round to what the driver's going to do. The driver has certainly used one action to throw the brakes on.
Creature watches Hess with cold amusement, her crimson eyes never blinking, her grin unflinching. She can see the panic bloom in his features, the twitch of his jaw, the flick of his gaze, but not at her, to the front seat. Driver, in response to years of obedience to power and without hesitation, shifts in his seat, one hand still on the wheel, as the other dips into his coat with mechanical precision. A glint of metal, a smooth draw. The pistol appears almost like magic. Worn, oiled, well used. Probably not standard issue, almost certainly not registered. The loyal man's insurance policy. He twists in his seat, his narrow eyes against the red glow still bleeding through the car's rear view, and leans out the driver's side window with calm determination. The barrel lines up. He fires. The shot echoes through the estate like a firecracker in a tomb. The muzzle flash lights the side of his face for a moment. Stern, bloodless, focused.
Oh no.
He doesn't actually hit you. Roll me a d6 and we'll find out what happens to you.
Hopefully you get one like I did. Two. High five.
Excellent.
Cray jerks slightly as the round clips her cheek, carving a narrow groove across her pallid skin. A streak of crimson blooms instantly, rich and dark against her alabaster face. The wound isn't deep, not by mortal standards. But for a creature like her, it's less about damage and more about the insult. The sting is fleeting, but the surprise lingers. For a split second, the elder Gellhorn twin just hangs there, blinking, expression slackened, not with pain, but with confusion. She hadn't expected the driver to be so bold so fast. The mortals usually scream first, but this one fired. Cray's head turned slowly, too slowly, like a hinged window on rusted iron. Her glowing eyes find the driver, who is already trying to line up a second shot. Her narrow gaze, the burning red iris shrinking to a pinpoint of focused malice. Gone is the smirk, gone is the sense of theatre. Now there is only hunger and vengeance. Cray's lip curls, revealing bloodied fangs beneath. The last man who drew her blood isn't around to discuss it anymore.
It is now your turn.
Yay. Okay.
You've got your target right in front of you, but he's behind the glass and he's in the door, he's in the car.
Right. I do not want to use my bazooka, silly, because that's going to explode. Bazookas explode, and you're going to explode yourself. So, I'm going to grab my gun, and I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to shoot him.
What do you want to use? Do you want to use your submachine gun or do you want to use your rifle?
Rifle.
Give us a shoot roll then.
Oh, hee.
Actually, yeah, you do want to use the cut-down rifle because that'll give you a bonus at close quarters, so you can actually roll me 5.
I'm going to spoil yours, brother. I'll give it back to you. You better do all specific days. 6.
Ooh.
1, 2, 4, 5.
So that is 4 successes. How are you spending them?
Okay, I'm going to shoot him.
You're going to shoot the window out?
I'm going to shoot him.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go to the... Wasn't there 2 drivers?
There's a driver and then there's Hess, who's the passenger.
Okay, so I'm going to point at him. I'm not going to shoot him. I'm just going to point at him and says, if you don't come out this car now, I'm going to shoot it at you.
And you're going to use your other 2 points
to intimidate.
Yeah, to drop the threat rate, to improve the objective rating, which at this point is down to 5 anyway. So you can knock another 2 off of that.
Okay.
To make the objective rating 3.
Cray doesn't hesitate. Still hanging from the roof like a spider with a grudge, she swings one arm down with supernatural ease and levels the sawn-off Lee Enfield at the rear passenger window. There's no witty remarks, no warnings, just a thunderclap. The rifle roars, the barrel bucking in her grasp like a living thing. The passenger window explodes in a hail of glass and pressure, the sound shattering the night like a church bell struck in anger. Shards rain inwards, spraying across the leather interior, catching head flinch as he raises an arm to shield himself. The acrid scent of gunpowder hangs thick in the air now, mixing with the oil and fear already coiling around the car. Rudolf Hess, wide-eyed and startled, curls away from the blast, trying to compose himself, but not fast enough. Cray leans lower, fangs bared, eyes smouldering with ancient malice, and in a voice like frost-cracking stone, she hissed in flawless, archaic German. Stig Osten werden losen Wagen, oder der next Schulden wird dich treffen. Her words are not shouted, they are delivered like a sentence passed down from something older than the Reich. Hess stares at her face, cut with panic, blood blooming from glass wounds on his cheeks, and for the first time tonight, the man who fancies himself a diplomat of destiny looks utterly, helplessly human.
This is doable. This is really doable at this point. However,
For a heartbeat, Hess is still, breathing hard, blood trickling from the small cuts left by the shattered glass. But behind his eyes, something ancient flickers, not fear, but steel. With the icy self-position of a man who believes history bends to his will, the Deputy Führer squares his shoulders and meets the vampire's burning gaze without flinching. Ich glaube nicht, he says. I think not. And punches her. It's not elegant, it's not trained, but it's full of righteous, desperate belief. The fist connects squarely with Cray's face, jaw, cheek, fang and all. There's a wet crack as bone meets something much harder than expected. Her head snaps backwards with force of it, a spray of blood trailing behind her like splatter from a brushstroke. For a second, the interior of the car is filled with silence. And then Cray swings her head back into view with sickening, fluid grace. That grin is still plastered all over her face, now streaked with blood and glass, her fangs slightly askew but gleaming. She blinks once, then again, then tilts her head like a dog who's just found its favorite toy has tried to bite back. The blare below registers, the damage already knitting shut, feeling distant, muted by the days left behind by the earlier bullet wound, but the audacity of it, that lands. Cray's grin widens. This man just made things personal.
however, driver gets another shot in.
Oh no!
I'm trying to save you.
That
Mo,
was
but
intimidation
mine-
because I was only here. Oh,
I'm trying
okay.
to save you.
Great. Okay. Yeah.
Roll me a d6.
This better be a 1. If it's not, 2.
The car rocks slightly with the echo of Hess's defiant strike, but it's not over. From the front seat, the driver moves with cold efficiency, whilst Hess stares down the creature hanging at the window. The man at the wheel adjusts his grip on the pistol, exhales once through gritted teeth, and tilts the barrel upwards, fast, practiced, ruthless. The second shot cracks out like a whip. The bullet hits Cray square in the temple. The impact jolts her backwards, her head whipping to the side with a sickening crack. Blood bursting from the wound in a pulsing arc, painting the side of the car and trailing into the night air like ink spilled from an inkwell. For any other creature, that shot would have been the end. Lights out, brain splattered, final breath. But Cray is no such creature. She sways, barely clinging to the roof of the car. For a flickering moment, her eyes dim, just slightly. Her hands tremble as her grip loosens, smoke rising from the side of her head as her body momentarily debates whether to stay upright. And then she straightens. The blood still runs freely down her face, soaking her collar, matting her hair. The hole in her temple gapes for an instant more, and then begins to close, sinew knitting over shattered bone with a wet, revolting certainty. Her eyes snap back to the front seat, alive, furious, and grinning still. The driver just saw a kill shot land, and saw it fail. The game has changed.
Get out the car, or I'm gonna explode it. Now.
You're gonna die as well.
You've lost the ability to use your special attack.
No.
As you now struggle to focus on what's going on. Svergi,
Help me now.
I'm going towards the car as fast as I can.
yeah, you've been bombing it up. You've You have just about caught up. You're a little ways off. But you're close enough to see that the driver has just shot your sister right through the head. But she's still functioning. What gun are you pulling out?
No, I'm going to use a bombing.
You're going to throw a grenade at the car.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to point at him with running as fast as I can. No, you should have done what Solomon did to his brother. Basically, trying to kill him by stabbing him in the eye with your sharp nails. Oh yeah, can I do that? Use your sharp nails to just stab him in the eye. In the eyes. So he's blind forever.
Give me a Constitution roll first.
Wait.
That's not going to do it. You're going to need one more round to get to the car.
Isn't it my turn anyway?
It is.
Yeah.
It is Cray's turn.
Can you try to help me get up there? I'm injured badly.
Yeah, you're quite seriously injured.
Okay, right.
You're still functioning.
Yeah.
You're still fully functional. Okay. It's just that you realize you haven't got your suicide attack anymore. You're not going to be able to use that because you can't focus.
Okay, right.
You're dazed and confused.
Do I have any of the other bombs?
Oh yeah, you've still got options there. You are still fairly well armed.
Can I grab two of my bombs and say one for you, one for you? If you don't get down now, I will throw you out. You will die.
You do have a couple of options there.
Okay.
Tell you what, roll me a d6 and we will see what weapon in your dazed state your hands land on.
Okay. So just one.
Just one dice, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 6, 5 or 6. 6. That's good dice.
Cray's world sways, the edges blur, smeared with blood and ringing like church bells cracked by war. The bullet wound still weeps down the side of her face, dark and viscous, and for a moment everything tilts. But the knight is leaning away from her in fear. But she doesn't fall. She reaches. Her hand slips beneath the folds of her long coat, moving on instinct more than thought, brushing past ammo pouches, flasks, old bones, and sacred charms. Her fingers close around something heavy, rough, and familiar. With a pull, it's free, with a grunt of effort. A hand of dynamite, 5 weathered sticks bound tight in twine, a crude fuse trailing from their center like a devil's wick, a relic of a time when loud was better than clean, and destruction was a language all of its own. Cray blinks, barely able to focus, still swaying on the roof of the car. Her smile is lopsided now, smeared with blood and madness, but no less sharp, no less certain. The gunshot didn't kill her, the punch didn't stop her, and now she's holding dynamite. And suddenly, it doesn't matter how well this car is made.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, wait. Can I just laugh, like, really hard to make them even scared?
Can I also scream after my...
Also,
just
and
do
then
my next round?
And then I'm gonna pull them out and say, "Happy birthday to you! You're going to die. This will be your end if you don't get out this bloody car."
Give me a Terrify roll.
Yay. Okay, Terrifier. 2, 1, maybe 6. 6!
That's a double success. Yeah. They are both terrified. And at that, you click your nails together, which causes a spark and ignites the fuse on both sticks of dynamite that are in your hands. And you see them terrified. And you know what? That's just about going to do it.
Yay!
What do you mean?
Hess puts his hands up and says, I surrender to you. Just put out that fuse.
Okay, so sadly you don't get a birthday cake. Okay, that's fine. Driver, what's your option?
I ain't paid enough for this crap.
exploding.
You snuff out the dynamite fuses
Yes.
just before they're about to go off. At this point, Zvergi has caught up.
Yay! Some
What?
retake.
What are you doing? What is Zvergi doing?
Smash it. Yeah, smash it.
Yeah,
Why
give
not?
me a brawl roll.
4, 2, 2.
That's one success at least. Yeah, you get up to the door where you see your sister hanging off the edge from. You grab the handle and you just rip the door clean away from the car. And Hess says, he says, "Oh, I already said I did a surrender to you."
I know, I'm just trying to get inside the easier way. And also, you don't have to open the car, you just can just crawl out.
Very well. Just don't hurt me.
No. We wouldn't do that. Because that's the only option if you don't do as we say. So, good thing we don't.
The driver is just sat there, scared stiff. What are you two doing?
Bringing him back. Wait. Can I just make a joke to it? It says, have you heard of somebody called Sonomy? I have these 2 fingers, and he did this to his brother. Can I just stab him in the eye? No. Can I just stab him in the eye? Yeah. No. If you dare do it, then stop you. Then I just throw you off the roof. No. Yeah. Stop. Don't. Please don't. I'm going to. There's no wet surface because we're gonna kidnap him, and he's gonna be dead. The one win. How about I just
You remember the orders you were given that you were going to get picked up from the estate. Whatever you do to him, the people at the estate will see. Are you happy with it? No. If you want to stop, yeah.
Yes.
Roll. Give me a brawl roll.
4, 1.
That's a success.
Yeah.
You poke him, you poke his eyes out, and then drag him from the car. And between the two of you, you drag the screaming form of Rudolf Hess up to the mansion. One holding each side of him. He's not going anywhere. He's in extreme pain. You've just blinded the poor guy. You just poked his eyes out.
Is he still alive?
Oh, he's still alive, but he's in extreme pain now because you've just blinded him.
Completely. Happy birthday to you. You're now survived. You're not going to die. Not today, at least.
And so against the odds, against fire and steel and stubborn mortal resistance, they took him. Rudolf Hess, Deputy Führer of the Third Reich, was dragged from the wreckage of his horseless carriage, hissing and flailing like a cornered rat, bloodied, beaten, and most notably blinded. A parting gift from Crater Gellhorn, whose claws had found his eyes in the final moments of the scuffle, extinguishing the sight of a man who had flown across nations in pursuit of his delusions. Now those delusions would be all he had left. What follows is classified, of course. Unofficially, it went something like this. Hess was flown to a Ministry of Occultism black site near the Scottish coast, interrogated not by generals, but by pale men in gloves and ink-black robes. He spoke often of destiny, of the moon, of voices he heard during the flight. He asked frequently for somebody named Dietrich Eckhardt, who notably had been dead since 1923. He was offered the chance to defect publicly, to humiliate the Reich. He refused, repeatedly. Eventually, he stopped speaking entirely. Some say because of trauma, others say because he was listening. To what? Nobody is quite sure. When the war ended, an exact double of Hess was quietly handed over to the Soviets, who paraded him through Nuremberg and locked him away in Spandau prison. The real Hess, still blind, still dreaming, still locked in a room whose door has no handle on the inside. But every now and then, the guards on night duty claim to hear him laughing, or speaking to someone who isn't there. The ministry doesn't comment. The Gellhorn twins were never mentioned. The case file is stamped E9R, mission successful, subject contained, potential ongoing. Thank you for joining us on this week's descent into tabletop mayhem. If you enjoyed the episode, or at least survived it, please take a moment to rate and review My Daughter's Keeper wherever you listen. It helps us summon more listeners from the void and keeps the dice gods appeased. If you want to get episodes early, hear bonus content too weird for public release, hang out in our community Discord, or even join us for special Patreon exclusive games, then head on over to patreon.com/My Daughter's Keeper and throw us a coin or two. Until then, we'll be back next week with more horror, hijinks, and probably someone forgetting what dice to roll. Until then, stay weird, keep your snacks close, and whatever you do, don't split the party.